Welcome, my name is Zahir Akram of Akram Yoga Studios, and in this short video I am going to explain to you why I feel it's important that we as yoga teachers continue to study and understand human anatomy. I'm not should acquire or have the same understanding as a physiotherapist or even an osteopath, but we should continue to study. And my basic philosophy is that we should learn to unlearn. So the best thing a yoga teacher can do for themselves is to learn to unlearn all the nonsense you think you know about human anatomy. Now, when I say nonsense, I don't mean to be rude, but through my years, I've heard so much about what should and shouldn't be done in a yoga class, what poses are safe, what poses are unsafe. It gets to the point where you can do nothing but roll your eyes. What we have to do as yoga teachers is acquire an understanding about the body so we can ask ourselves a very basic question. Are the alignment cues that we are given in yoga classes by our yoga teachers, are they anatomically and or biomechanically accurate? Now, I'm not saying that they're not, but a yoga teacher should have enough understanding so that teacher can at some point question alignment cues. As the great Socrates said, we should have the confidence to question everything. It is not being disrespectful if you question a yoga teacher or if you question a yoga teacher's alignment. And to be honest with you, as a yoga teacher myself, I do not believe that it is fair to my yoga students if they challenge me on an alignment cue and I say to them, well, that's just what my yoga teacher taught me. I have a responsibility to the students who pay using their hard-earned money to be able to answer them in a better way, one that shows that I've continued to study and that I've continued my understanding of the human body. Knowledge is power after all, and to increase your understanding of the human body just gives you the confidence that you need to be more assured about some of the things that you're saying in a yoga class. The thing that baffles me more than anything else is that in the yoga world and in the yoga teacher training world, we are all pretty much reading the same books. So yoga teacher trainings are all teaching the Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads. We're all reading the same anatomy books. So it's no wonder that yoga teachers are all repeating the same old blurb and the same old spiels. There's a conveyor belt of yoga teachers and they're all saying the same things and repeating the same dialogues. I think we as yoga teachers have a responsibility again to our students to say something different and to use our own personalities as mouthpieces rather than reciting dialogue, which I have come to understand through my understanding of anatomy is not always accurate. So to kind of summarize, learning anatomy helps you question what you think you knew about the human body. It gives you the base level of understanding so you can keep people safe, and what it does is it means that you stop using yoga cliches like pull in the navel, draw in your lower belly, never flare your ribs. You don't repeat these lines because you're not actually sure if they're correct or if they're applicable to that given pose. So let's think of your knee never traveling over the toe. It is repeated so often and it is heard so often that we've become so conditioned by it that if our knee travels an inch over our ankle or our toe in a yoga class, we think we're going to cause it some pain, and we can also create the pain because we thought it. But the knee actually travels further over the toe when we travel up and down the stairs with a tremendous amount of weight. We do that all day, every day, yet somehow miraculously the knee survives. It's because we haven't been conditioned to think it's unsafe. So Again, studying human anatomy helps you better understand overall human movement. And this better understanding of overall human movement gives you the confidence to find your own voice, so you can express your own personality, so you can teach in a way that is comfortable to you and not teach in a way that you feel is expected of you as a yoga teacher. So the only reason that you recite the same kind of yoga teaching points as you might find on online journals is because you don't have enough of an understanding of anatomy to come up with your own alignment cues. I hope that makes some sense. And as I'm speaking, I'm kind of reminded of a quote that I read recently, which was speaking about our uniqueness and that we have so many different talents and abilities that we shouldn't follow in the footsteps of others. And this is very, very relevant. So anatomy and studying anatomy helps us and refines our talents and our abilities, so we find our own path and that we speak our own dialogue and that we don't just sound like everybody else and that we don't end up being the same conveyor belt yoga teacher as everybody else. We have a responsibility onto ourselves to be the best that we can be. As a yoga teacher, I genuinely believe we have no responsibility. No, responsibility isn't the right word, let's rub that off. We have almost no right to say namaste in class. Namaste meaning I honor the divinity in you, if we cannot even honor the divinity in ourselves and we are just acting like other yoga teachers. So again, studying anatomy helps you come out of your shell. It helps the real you, the confident you, and it helps you be the best version of yourself. And the subject of why we should learn anatomy, I guess, is the same as why study any subject, because studying helps us continue to grow, continue to learn, and continue to develop. And I leave you with a quote from the great Lao Tzu, one of my favorite quotes as it relates to studying and learning. To attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day. I hope this video has been helpful somewhat. I thank you so much for listening. Namaste.